G'day, St John's. Kirk here with a bit of a coronavirus related update for our church. You're probably aware by now that Melbourne has gone into another 6 weeks of lockdown to try and slow the spread of the virus through our city. Not the best news, I think you'll agree. I'm sure there was plenty of sort of reactions from people as the news came in, and understandably, it's going to cause a lot of frustration, a lot of disruption, a lot of anxiety, a lot of tough situations around our city. And for you, maybe it's going to cause a little bit of that, maybe it's going to cause a lot. I'm particularly worried about how it's going to affect the poorest members of our community and our city. We've already seen that with the public housing towers getting those really strict lockdowns, and how tough that must be on some of the people who are already doing it so tough anyway. And so we're going to face a lot of that over the coming weeks, as well as people facing troubles with employment. Businesses are going to struggle, this sort of thing. It's not going to be easy. All that on top of the fact that we have this very contagious virus that can make a lot of people very, very ill. So it's a serious time for our city. And like everyone else, we're in the midst of it, and we're going to have to adapt and just roll with what's happening day by day. So we just wanted to give you an update and let you know what's going on, and encourage you as well. The church has seen much worse than this throughout history, and actually we've seen the church at its very best when faced with hardship and with challenge. So I want to encourage each of us, if you're watching and you're a follower of Jesus, that we can be people of peace and of grace. Because as we get tired and as the weeks roll on and lockdowns can sort of put that pressure on, it can mean that we sort of lean towards those more negative emotions more and more. And the media cycle and so on can push towards negativity very easily. But as followers of Jesus, we need to wrestle with those emotions and allow ourselves to feel them. But we also want to be people who are not governed by those things. And actually, if we can be bringing peace and kindness and forgiveness and all those fruits of the Spirit, patience, goodness, these sort of things to our relationships at home and online, and if we're getting into our workplaces, if we're able to get out and about to those people that we're bumping into in those situations, then we can be doing a whole lot of good. So I just want to encourage you to do that. Look up the fruits of the Spirit and be asking God to be bringing more of those into your life through His Spirit. A couple of practical things. Our services will continue to go on YouTube on Sundays, going live at 9:30 and 6, and then you'll be able to watch them after that, if you need to catch up. Obviously, we're going to practically have a few differences there, so we've sort of scrambled to adjust this week. So, the service on Sunday is not exactly what we'd planned, and things change quickly, so you can expect things to be different from week to week as we adjust to things changing. But we're kind of getting used to that by now. We are going to be challenged by the fact that our communications guy is going to have a baby fairly soon. So that's going to be great news, but that means obviously he's got amazing expertise, and so we're going to have to adjust to that as well. But that's all good. We're going to keep doing that, and so services will still be available. If you've been rostered on to be part of the band or the tech team for the next 6 weeks, please consider those roles to be postponed until later, and you hopefully get some reminders about that coming up. Because we just won't be able to gather and do that as planned. Also, life groups. We know some life groups were planning to transition back into some face-to-face meetings. Obviously, that's postponed for at least 6 weeks. Please move back into Zoom meetings. I oversee life groups for our church, so I'll communicate a bit about that in the coming weeks. But of course, if you're not connected online by now, through stjohnsdc.org.au. If you don't get our weekly email, if you're not signed up for St John's Extra, if you're a parent and you haven't signed up for our parent blog, then I really encourage you to get on stjohnsdc.org.au and sign up for those things and get all that extra stuff outside of the Sunday service video. There is way more to church than just a Sunday service. Jesus never set up the church to be the Sunday service. The church is the gathered people of God. And yet we can't gather in a big group in the one building at the moment, but we can still gather in other ways. And that's going to be really important in the next 6 weeks. So I want to encourage you to keep doing that in the various ways that we still have available to us during lockdown. And please, if you need a bit of help navigating all that stuff, we have people available to help you with it. So please do contact us through the website, through the office, and we'll get that help out to you. Bye for now.